Hello and welcome to English 911. My name is Skyla, and I'm so glad to see all of you here today and your bright and smiling faces. Today's first question is from Sophia. Now, Sophia's question is one I've always found interesting. She says, how does the verb change, remember and forget, if you have a gerund or an infinitive afterwards? So first of all, what's a gerund? It is a verb that ends in ing, right? A verb acting as a noun, ending in ing, and an infinitive is to plus a verb, okay? Just so we're clear on that. So here we have remember and forget. Okay, so here's how it works. Really easy, hopefully. Remember plus an infinitive, okay? Like remember to do something. This means to remember to do something in the future, to remember to do an action that you should do. For example, you need to remember to go shopping. You need to remember to sleep. These are all things you need to remember to do in the future. Remember plus a gerund. This means to remember doing something in the past. For example, remember swimming in the river yesterday. Remember, studying English last school year. Remember all the fun that we had. Okay, so past and future. This is the very easiest explanation. And forget. Again, we have forget plus an infinitive. So forget to, let's go with forget to sing. We'll just write that one in. Forget to sing all the time. It means you should never sing. To forget to do something or forget to run. This means that you need to forget to do something in the future as well. To forget to, for example, it's easy if we put the word don't in front of it. It makes it easier for us to remember. Don't forget to do your homework. Don't forget to sleep. Don't forget to do something. Don't forget to do whatever you want to do, with exceptions, right? Now forget plus a gerund. Forget plus a gerund. Let's see, what's a verb we can use? I like smile. So forget smiling, right? If I said forget smiling, it means don't smile. Don't forget smiling means don't forget about smiling in the past, the specific action. So don't forget to smile and don't forget to study and remember to study. All future and gerunds are usually in the past. Hopefully that's clear. And now on to our next question, which is from Gleb. Okay, Gleb's question, he writes in and says, what is the difference between question, ask, and request? Now this is a good question. So here we have, first, very simple, question when it is noun. We know what that is, right? A question. However, when they are all verbs, what is the difference? Let's erase that. So here we have question, T-I-O-N, to ask, and to request. Okay, so to question someone, this is actually usually what, say, a police officer does, or I don't know, your mother, if they ask you a series of questions. For example, the police questioned me for 5 hours. Okay, no, the police haven't really questioned me. Or your mother questioned you about what happened to those chocolate chip cookies that were on the table, right? Okay, this is a series of questions, usually trying to find out the truth. However, it has an idea of challenge, right? So if you wouldn't ever say that you get questioned if they're just trying to find a bit of information. Like, I questioned him to find his address. That is not correct. You would want to say, I asked him about his address, or I asked him what their telephone number was. This is a simple question, just to find some information. Now, request is technically a synonym of ask. However, request is just more formal. So anytime you use the word ask, you can use request. But unless it's like a wedding invitation, try to stick with ask, because we tend to think that it can be pretentious. that you're thinking like, oh, I'm so good, right? But ask, it's just for information. Question is usually to find out the truth. You're challenging them to find out the truth. And request is a synonym of ask, okay? So now let's go on to our next question, which is from Yarik. Now, Yarik's question is one that I asked my teacher actually when I was probably in grade 5 or 6, 7, I don't remember. Yarik's question is IE and EI. When to use both? Is there a rule for it in English? How do you know when to use EI and when to use EI, right? So here we have I, E, or EI. So here's how we have a rule. It says I before E except after C, or sounding like A as in neighbor and way, right? However, like all rules in English, there are even a couple more exceptions. So here, let me just repeat this for you. I before E except after C, or sounding like A as in neighbor and way, okay? So there's the simple rule, and now a couple exceptions to that. Let's just clear our board a bit. So here we have some exceptions. For example, either. Usually our exceptions are in words we use all the time. Either, height. And what's always possible is that maybe 700 years ago we said hate, but I don't know for sure about that. So either, height, seas, and I seem to write very big today, so no more room, but a couple other exceptions are things like leisure or seizure and weird. Just for a couple exceptions to this rule, I before E except after C, or sounding like A as in neighbor and way. So this next week, don't forget to send me all of your questions, all of your letters, and remember, I'm here waiting, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. See you later. Goodbye.